Today I will share with you a resource that is a great way for students to engage in the virtual classroom by using a virtual whiteboard. So the first thing you'll want to do is go to WhiteboardFi, and once you're in here there is a register button, but you will not want to click on that. You will want to click on New Class each time, and then this is a free online whiteboard tool for your class, for the teacher, and for the students. So I'm going to go to New Class, type in Mrs. Dykes, and then I am going to enable the waiting room just like in your Zoom calls, just to be sure who is coming into your classroom and using these whiteboards is who you want. So you will want to instruct students to put their first and last name on there. So up here is the room code, so this is what you would give students. So I'm going to copy paste this, and then I will show you, split my screen here, drag. I will show you what this will look like for students. So when students log in, they will go into WhiteboardFi, and now not New Class, they will click Join Class, and that is where you will give them that code, and they will join the class. I'm going to toggle on my whiteboard over here. Like I said, you'll want them to put in their first and last name. Now it's for the student, it says they're in the lobby. When I come down here, here's my lobby. I see one student's waiting. I can accept or kick them out. I'm going to accept them. So down here is where I see their whiteboard, and right here is their whiteboard's blank. I will show you. So I have just the drawing on here, and you can see on their side that they cannot see this. So you'll need to instruct for them to toggle Teacher Whiteboard, and now they can see whatever I do. So on here, I have this erase. So I'm going to clear the foreground and the background. I have not put on a background yet. And what I will do then is, you can see that it just updated on that student whiteboard. I'm going to show you some different functions. We have a shape tool, so I could draw a shape. There is text, so I could write text in here. And as you can see, it will show up on the student's whiteboard. I'll show you that picture one in a second. And then I can copy and paste. If we're in math, I can insert a grid. If I want that grid to go on their whiteboard, you can see it there. If I want it to stay, I will flatten it, but I'll show you that flatten tool in a second. Or I could make a bigger grid for them. And then here are emojis that I could enter. So let's be happy today. And there's also this math insert where I could insert some different codes for math and enter those in. Alright, so I'm going to clear this board again. So we are going to go here. I'm going to clear both foreground and background. And let's say that you're working on a graphic organizer that you want all students to fill out. So what you would do is you'd save it as a picture. So here is my JPEG of my graphic organizer about character development. So now that you can see that on theirs, I am going to push this out, and therefore it will push to students as a background, and that way it will stay on that background. Otherwise, I could flatten this. If I flatten the image, that stays on there as well. So now that I have pushed this out, I may want to include character's name. Let's do Clifford. So as I typed that, I'm going to put it on here. And this then, if I want that answer pushed to the student, I can push that and push to students. And if I want that to stay so that they're all doing the same one, I'll push it as the background. Now then, as a student, they can start typing in answers. So here is their whiteboard. And if they want to add in physical traits, so we'll say red. Alright, now down here then, I can see Sam Dyke's whiteboard, which is that student one, and I can see red. If I like their answer, I can give them feedback right away, but I can also push this to the teacher whiteboard. So I can copy to teacher whiteboard, and now you can see up here, when I go back up here, I have red on my whiteboard. If you don't want students to be able to see who is doing what, you can turn that off in the settings. So this is a way for all students to interact with the whiteboard. You can see what all students are doing, and then if you want, before you are done with your meeting, you can go to settings and you can save all whiteboards as PDF, And that way you can see all the work they've done and then upload this to Seesaw or Schoology or wherever you might want to add this. And then here is where I talked about hiding student names. So you can have student names on or off depending on what you would like for them to see or not see. So once you are done, you will want to close your room when you're done with that whiteboard activity. Otherwise, it'll always go to resume class. So I'm going to close that room, and it will be closing room closed successfully. And over here you'll see that it says the teacher closed the room. If you have any questions, please reach out to